Pretty much every time I've opened Instagram recently, I've seen at least one post talking about the rumored or leaked features that are coming with the M6 MacBook that's coming out later this year. And as a proud M4 Max owner, I wanted to talk about these alleged features as well as my personal wants and generally what would make me even consider upgrading. I will say the M4 Max is overkill for me now, so it'll still be overkill even if the M6s are 10 times as powerful. So what will actually make me consider upgrade is 100% down to the design differences. The first one on my list is a personal one, but I have seen rumors about it. I listen to a lot of music and I'm always pausing and playing and skipping, and the function keys work perfectly fine for that. But I would like to check which song I'm listening to or which song I'm skipping to. And a feature I love for this that's on my iPhone, and what I'm talking about here, is the dynamic island. Obviously that goes so far beyond just music. I like using it to track sports games, or if I'm, willingly letting myself get scammed by DoorDash, I can see how far away the order is. And there are plenty of other functions that utilize it. I just think it's nice to have that visual cue without it getting in the way of anything else. It kind of already exists. I use an app called Notchbox. By default, it looks completely normal, but when you hover your mouse near the notch, it opens up a menu. So if you are listening to Spotify, for example, it works exactly how you would expect it to and how it does on your iPhone. And it has a bunch of other options here. You can jot down some notes, even temporarily store some files, which kind of ends up working like cut and paste. Or even some weird ones, like you can track how many glasses of water you've had in a day. But from the leaks that I've seen, Apple might shrink the notch and give it the island aspect with the screen going around it on all sides, which if that is done, I think it's totally fair to expect the dynamic island to be a feature. I think it should already, even with the current notch design, but I am curious if that would be a feature for all of macOS or just MacBooks. Because if you have a Mac Mini plugged into a monitor, you don't have a dynamic island or notch. But I mean, I guess it would kind of be like how iPhones have it and iPads don't. Like it'd only be a feature reserved for the newly designed Apple laptops. Now this next one goes right along with the notch, like in a physical sense. Apparently it is years away, according to what I've seen, and that is Face ID. The issue is this top part is so thin, so it's hard to fit the proper sensors in there so it can work reliably. Like obviously my phone has Face ID, I use it all the time. I think it is a cool feature and I would like to have it. But for the laptop form factor and already having Touch ID, which is very reliable, I just don't know if it's needed. Like I struggle to see the benefit of having Face ID. I guess it would be a little bit faster, just as soon as you swing it open, it's unlocked. But we're talking like milliseconds here. Like I guess if you have food on your hands or something, you wouldn't have to touch your keyboard to unlock it. It'll just unlock it hands-free. And if you unlock your laptop, you're probably planning on using it. So I feel like that's pointless. And if that applies to you, your laptop's probably already crustier than it has to be. But I bet if it doesn't work as well as it does on the iPhone, Apple would rather leave it out entirely or until it does work as well. Next is an upgrade that I think has a very real chance of coming, and that has to do with the display. Now there's kind of a theme here of Apple not being the first ones to add features. Like for something like Face ID, that's been around for a while on some Windows-based laptops. And that theme does continue on this point and the next one. My M4 MacBook has a mini LED display, and I have no complaints at all. I think it's really good. But to be fair, I've never owned or tried an OLED display. So for one, I am probably missing out. And two, if MacBooks are going through a redesign, I think now might be the time, because it's been rumored for a long time that OLED displays are coming to MacBook Pros. I mean, functionally, OLED just works different. You can't beat it, because unlike something like this display where it shows the color black, OLED turns off the pixels completely, so it is showing actual darkness, which makes the contrast better and overall a much richer image. Now I have to wonder if this is just gonna be the standard across all MacBook Pros, or if it's just gonna be something specific to the new rumored MacBook Ultra or MacBook Pro Ultra, MacBook Pro Max, whatever they're gonna call it. And that same kind of thought process continues into my next point, which I think if you're gonna take advantage of this feature, it is 100% reasonable to upgrade specifically because of it. I should clarify that I don't think any of this has been confirmed. It's all just like speculative. But I think out of everything in this video, this one has had the most hype around it. Laptops with a touchscreen have existed for years, but Apple has never made one. Now, if I had a MacBook with a touchscreen, I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not sure when I would really take advantage of it, and I'm a little scared if they do add it. Feature-wise, I think it would almost completely replace my iPad. All the little sketching or drawing tasks I'd be able to do right on the screen. And I just have to wonder, if that does exist, how many MacBook Pro users that have an iPad would just no longer need it. But what I'd be a little scared about is how the current price difference between a 14-inch MacBook and a 16-inch MacBook is $300. If MacBook Pro displays are now going to be OLED and touchscreen, would that price gap expand? I mean, adding 2 inches for the iPad Pro screens is also a $300 price difference, and iPad Pros are OLED and obviously touchscreen. So there's a chance that the price gap does stay the same at $300, but the smallest MacBook is an inch bigger than the biggest iPad Pro. So I just have to imagine that the bigger something gets with OLED and touchscreen technology, the more expensive it gets as well. So I hope if these features do come out, it stays around the $300 mark. Otherwise, there might be people who want the bigger display and they have to pay more for touchscreen capability that they might not ever use. Now, I want to get into some of my more personal, likely unrealistic features that I want to see added. And first, I want to talk about my not super genius idea of bringing back a variation of the touch bar. Recently, I was actually able to try it for the first time ever in my life on a 2019 Intel MacBook, and I loved it, mostly. I think considering how MacBook Pros have Pro in their name, having the physical function keys is going to be the Pro preferred option. It's definitely less fun and special than the touch bar, but you get the reliability of physical keys, which is the most important for professionals. But what if you split the function keys in half like they were on some of the older MacBooks, and then with that top part, you add a variation of the touch bar back? What I loved most about it was the context-aware app-specific controls, like the handful of options you got in Final Cut Pro, how you can open and switch tabs in a browser. You can add to-do list points and notes. Or if you're using something like Logic Pro, you can actually play the instrument directly on the touch bar. And honestly, out of all of these, if that were to be added, it wouldn't specifically make me upgrade, but it would be the thing I look forward to using the most if I did upgrade. I actually have 2 little things that port-wise I would like to see improved. Again, a MacBook Pro is a pro device, so I think it's safe to say a lot of professional work can be done on one. For photographers, videographers, editors, maybe even like an audio engineer, and I'm sure others, SD cards are being used constantly, and I would rather have a slower SD card reader built in than none at all. But this one isn't perfect. I mean, I use it all the time. It's just not the fastest, and sometimes it doesn't work. I have to unplug it and plug it back in, the ultimate tech tip. And it's fine. I mean, I bet getting an external reader is always going to be the fastest, but I think improving that a little bit could go a long way. The other thing that I personally wouldn't take advantage of, but I think could be very useful, is adding in some cellular capability. Being able to work on anything on the go with 5G directly onto your laptop definitely has its place. I mean, they have something like that for iPad Pros, and I mean, on other business class laptops, that's been a thing for a very long time. I guess you could make the argument of just setting up a hotspot on your phone, but I think for a premium feature like that on a premium laptop, having it as an upgrade option makes a lot of sense. And finally, I just think it would be so cool if they add the glowing Apple logo back like it was on my 2012 MacBook. I'm not actually sure if it's possible. I know this whole display is a lot thinner and the technology is different now, but man, that would be so cool. It just adds so much character while still fitting the kind of Apple clean, minimalistic aesthetic. But even if an M6 MacBook Pro were to have all of these features, which I'm 99% sure it won't, I would still have to pay a lot of money. And then I would also have to find out what to do with my M4 Max. I mean, there's eBay, Apple Trade-in Marketplace. It just comes down to, as far as serving my life day to day, I have more reasons to stay with the M4 Max than I do to even think about and consider upgrading. I don't know, I'm still excited to see what the M6s bring, but thank you for watching and feel free to subscribe for more.